Dinosaurs have long haunted our imagination. But much of what we knew about dinosaurs is wrong. Now, a revolution in science has transformed their story, forcing us to look at dinosaurs in revolutionary new ways.
The way science was conducted in dinosaurs for most of the 20th century versus what it is for the last 40 years is night and day, radically different. And in the process of being reinvented, dinosaurs have been supercharged.
For at least 150 to 160 million years, dinosaurs were one of the dominant living animals. There were giant predators in the sky. There were tremendous predators on land. There were animals you might be trying to eat with huge horns, armor, clubs. So one of the fundamental questions about dinosaurs is, why did they do so well?
They may have survived by hunting in packs, growing their own body armor, and seeing their world in ways that we never before imagined. Welcome to the Dinosaur Revolution. $125 million years ago, the early Cretaceous. Large sauropods, like Cedarosaurs, migrate across the landscape in search of food and water. Like many giant herbivores, these Cedarosaurs travel in herds, where youngsters can be protected by their massive elders. But there are bandits on this highway. Utah Raptors. Major predators. What they lack in size, they may have made up for in carefully coordinated attacks. Utah raptors were the ultimate killing machines.
I think it's safe to say that a single Utah raptor, would have been as dangerous an opponent as a grizzly bear is today.
And yet, unlike a grizzly, it was probably a relatively swift-moving animal. Also, there's some evidence that even the big raptor dinosaurs may have lived in packs. And so it's quite likely that Utah raptor may have operated in groups to take down prey much larger than itself.
And this pack packed some serious weapons.
We're talking about a curved blade this long. So whether it was stabbing or slashing or simply piercing through its guts while it held it down, it would have really been a formidable weapon that could have been used on much larger prey than in the other raptor dinosaurs.
Survival tactics can take place in the unlikeliest of places, with the unlikeliest of characters.
It was an astonishing little creature.
A mini raptor named Rahonavis, who just might have possessed the ultimate survival weapon. When the revolution continues. Dinosaurs were the ultimate survivors. We know this because they're still with us today.
One of the biggest dinosaur revolutions that's occurred in the past, say, 15 years is the discovery that birds are descended from dinosaurs.
But even though he may have sported feathers, this little guy was no bird. He's a foot-tall raptor dinosaur named Rahonavis.
Was probably fast running, certainly had wings, likely had the ability to glide, and may have been able even to fly, actually flapping flight.
And so, in step-by-step adaptations, the techniques and the anatomical changes that helped the little dinosaurs survive at each step wound up producing those most marvelous of creatures, the birds. "70 million years ago, Madagascar. Passing Raptorosaurus and the promise of an easy lunch lure Rahonavis from his safe perch.
Majungasaurus, top-of-the-line predator. Two baby Majungasaurs. Beelzebufo, also known as the devil frog, the largest known frog to ever hop the earth. Survival tactics include learning what not to do. In this case, eating the wrong mushroom. When the revolution continues. One thing the Dinosaur Revolution has taught us is that dinosaurs were by no means simple, dumb animals.
There's a famous quote from Albert Einstein. He said, "Everything should be made as simple as possible, but no simpler." And we spent a lot of decades making dinosaurs, I think, too simple. And we've learned that they're considerably more complex.
Dinosaurs may have learned from their environment and their own kind.
We often associate brain size with intelligence. Brains are probably overrated. You don't need to have a big brain to have complex behavior.
They may have also been able to see the world in far more vivid ways than previously realized.
Dinosaurs almost certainly had the bird-like eyes that could see so much intensity of color, far more than mammals like us have.
And if they could look at their world and learn, the better chance they would have to survive. For danger came in all colors, shapes, and sizes. 160 million years ago, in China, long-necked herbivores saw the beginning of their golden age. This is Shunnosaurus. Like many plant eaters, they may have lived in groups. Predators like Sign Raptor can sense weakness. Lesson learned. Red means stop. Dinosaurs weren't the only creatures capable of using brain power to survive. Mammals also gave them a run for their money. When the revolution continues. The late Jurassic was the golden age of giant dinosaurs. They truly ruled the Earth. But new fossil discoveries show that mammals had adapted to survive in their world, occupying far more complex and diverse roles much earlier than we ever thought. For instance, there were Jurassic beavers.
This is an animal that we had no inkling of a few years ago. Nothing like this had ever been found from the age of dinosaurs.
And believe it or not, there were even Jurassic flying squirrels.
So these two discoveries are great representatives of a whole new age in our understanding of Mesozoic mammals.
Late Jurassic China, a land of forests, rivers, and crowned dragons, called Guanlong. It's hard to imagine that these two are related to the mighty T-Rex, but they are. Although not a beaver, Casteracata has many beaver-like tools that enable it to survive in a world ruled by dinosaurs. It is small, and agile. Under a Jurassic moon, another early mammal is on the hunt. Velaticotherium isn't really a flying squirrel, but it looks and acts like one. This is still the golden age of the dinosaur. Mammals will one day rule the Earth. In this case, with a little help from some neighboring reptiles. Survival of the fittest takes on a new, desperate meaning in a deadly Cretaceous battle with a pack of raptors.
We have a moment truly frozen in time. That is remarkable.
When the revolution continues. One of the most common and durable of dinosaurs was Protoceratops, a creature equipped with some very effective tools for survival.
Protoceratops, at first glance, because it doesn't have any horns, looks like it'd be a pretty wimpy animal. But at the end of its skull, it had this beak. And although this beak was probably usually used for, nipping off plants that it would have eaten, certainly it would have used it against a predator if it had to. I mean, this thing's razor sharp.
But like all animals, a Protoceratops was defenseless when it was young.
A baby Protoceratops left on its own is going to be dead after not very long. So it's going to look for its relatives out there in order to survive. It might latch on to a single individual, but even better would be to latch on to a herd.
But a herd may not be an easy thing to find, especially if you are a recent orphan. "75 million years ago, the Gobi Desert. Protoceratops often travel in herds. So an old solitary bull is a rare sight on the plains of Cretaceous Mongolia. Survival tactics take on an aerial dimension when a pterosaur mother comes up with a dangerous exit strategy for her nestlings. When the revolution continues. Brazil, 125 million years ago. While dinosaurs ruled the land, another group of animals ruled the air. The flying reptiles known as pterosaurs. Dinosaurs didn't rule the Earth for 135 million years just by accident.
How do you survive in a world like the world of the Mesozoic? Maybe it's by working together as a pack to take down giant prey. Maybe it's by being able to flap your way up to trees to hide from predators. Maybe it's by being the best flyer around. Whatever the particular strategy was, different dinosaurs and mammals and pterosaurs found a way to live and pass on their genes throughout the age of the dinosaurs.
And that age of dinosaurs has given us many stories to tell. The Dinosaur Revolution is just beginning.